Just a fellow reminder to other white people, especially white women, you are white first above anything else. Again, you are white first above anything else. A lot of the things I've experienced now that I've been more involved in the neurodivergent community, but especially trying to advocate for more BIPOC people and then having and thankfully having more opportunities to have friends and listen to BIPOC people or just BIPOC in general, is how much I'm learning and trying to also for myself like peel away the white supremacist ideas that I've had, the racist ideas and things that I've had for myself, and all these standards and expectations. And it is uncomfortable. But it's also that uncomfort that I personally enjoy because I know I'm going to get growth from it. However, something I know my friend, like my bestie Callie, experiences, and something I talked about with my coworker, is how much we as BIPOC, especially Black women, have to make a white person feel comfortable and how their comfortability is a priority over ourselves in order to have some kind of like understanding or even to try to get through them. This is something that was also talked about in Deconstructing Karen in that documentary. It just made so much sense to me because these women in that documentary were literally brought there to talk about racism, discrimination with the two women who were BIPOC. And right away, they just entered into the discussion. And and the thing is like, what do you all expect when we talk about racism? When we bring it up, when we talk about our lived experiences that are so uncomfortable for ourselves to even like encounter, but we have no say in telling somebody that it is. If we try to tell somebody, hey, what you did was pretty uncomfortable or it's like pretty racist, it has some microaggressions, what's the response that comes from y'all? I'm not a racist. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I was just saying this. Like, your defensiveness just makes it worse. And something I saw in the video, in the documentary with Deconstructing Karen, was literally that. They were like, why do you have to say it in this way? Why do you have to make it so aggressive? Why do you have to make it so like uncomfortable when we're trying to talk about this? Like, what? It's not a like flowery topic when you talk about racism and what other people are experiencing, and especially to the degrees where people will literally be denied any like a right to a service or things just because of their race. I love facing adversity. I think adversity is what makes so many BIPOC people or BIPOC empathetic, knowledgeable, wise, just beautiful people because there's so much nuance and there's so much strength in adversity. But it's unfortunately the adversity that we experience is usually discrimination or some kind of racism. And it's like this continuous jump through hoops that we have to somehow desensitize ourselves when we're facing that adversity of racism. And that's something y'all as white people will never fucking understand. I love Portia because she often says, right, sit with this discomfort. I'm going to be talking about something that is going to be like upsetting. And if you're upset by it, you need to think about why are you upset by it? And honestly, I don't think white people, especially white women, really take the time to think about that. They're not reflective. Instead of that, they're defensive and they're like, that's your problem. You're the one who's making me uncomfortable. Now, that isn't to say that white people or white women can't face adversity, but the types of adversity from what I could see that white women can experience and typically experience are issues with other men or white women, or just those that like it's based off of gender or biological sex. Then there's the financial aspect of it with like whether your income, and then that's it. The ways in which white women can experience adversity or experience some type of discrimination is truly just based off of being within their realm of comfort. It's within financial means, or it could be within their being judged by their sex. But other than that, you don't experience racism. You don't experience being looked at and being judged and not being provided service because you are a certain race. And please, for the love of God, do not come into my comments saying reverse racism, because that is not a thing. All I ask is that I don't want you to just sit with your discomfort. I want you to think about, why is your comfort more important than mine? Why is it that when I'm telling you, or some BIPOC is telling you about an experience where whether you're being racist or they have experienced racism, and that for some reason triggers some kind of uncomfortability for you, why is your comfort and you bringing it up more important than mine or theirs? And not listening to what they're saying, and why should we change our tone? Why do we have to be tone police? Why do we have to change the words in our delivery of what is being said when what we're being said is like factually true? What if it's just like, we're just telling you what's happened, there's no emotion to it, and that still makes you uncomfortable? Why should we have to change how that's being delivered? If it's being delivered in a way that's just the reality of the things we experience as BIPOC, why do we have to change that for you?